Welcome to the United Independent School District Advanced Academics Department. We are happy to announce that our Early Start Pathway online portal is available to all 8th grade students interested in applying to the program. Before we begin, there are some steps to follow in order to begin the process. Always remember to type espapply.uisd.net to get to this portal. The Early Start Pathway. The Early Start Pathway program is a program collaborative partnership with Laredo College. Through this program, qualifying students may take dual credit courses while in high school. Students who are ready may begin their collegiate careers by enrolling in these courses. Students will gain a jump start on required college core requirements while still in high school. They will become familiar with college-level work while saving you money. The district shall provide the Early Start Pathway enrollment at all the district high schools for students meeting the eligibility criteria. Now, before we begin, we need to make sure that if we are a first-time visitor, which all our students will be first-time visitors to the Early Start Pathway portal, use the Register button. Once you submit your registration, use the Login button and start your online application. So as you can see here, we need to register to get into the portal before we log in to apply. So we will register. We click on Register. Register. Please complete the registration information below. Your username will be your email address. Once you submit your registration, you will receive a confirmation email from esp@uisd.net. Be sure to check your spam folder if you do not see the information in your inbox. Required information is marked with an asterisk. So as you can see here, these are the registration details. If at any time you have any questions, please contact us at 956-473-5244 or please send us an email at esp@uisd.net. As you can see here, you type the student email, then we go on to the student password. Always make sure that you remember your password. Then you confirm the student password. Then we continue on to the contact information. What is the student's first name? Then we have here, what is the student's last name? Now, student UISD number. This is a UISD number. Now, if you do not have a UISD number because you are a non-UISD student, please use the last 5 numbers of your Social Security. Then, you type in the spam control answer and you press submit. And it says, thank you, your registration information has been submitted. This is the registration for the student, but now we want to log in. So we will be logging in. And then we press our password. And we log in. As you can see, now we have logged in to the portal where we can start our application. This is the way your dashboard will look. Home, my dashboard, and then of course the name of the student. You have here contact us. This is the information of our department, and we start off with my programs. To create an application, select the form from the drop-down list below. To edit an application, click the Edit button. To view your application as it will appear to the selection committee, click the Download button. If you require assistance or additional information, please contact the administrator at esp@uisd.net. So here we're going to our drop-down arrow and we're going to choose Early Start Pathway, and we will be creating our application. As you can see, no submissions have been created. Please select the appropriate program from the list to create a new submission. So here I click on to create, and as you can see, here's the information, Early Start Pathway. Please read all questions carefully and answer as completely as possible. Required information is marked with an asterisk and must be completed in order for your application to be considered. Your application must be submitted as final by 11:59 p.m. Central Time on May 19, 2023. If you require assistance or additional information, please contact the Magnet Program Administrator at esp@uisd.net. Please upload all files in PDF format. So here we have the Save button. Well, we don't need to save yet because we have not begun our process. So we've got to look at what is the criteria to be able to apply to the Early Start Pathway. So the United Independent School District Early Start Pathway application process. Complete and submit as final the student admission application and accompanying documentation no later than May 19, 2023. Students who do not meet the criteria as 8th graders may reapply for the ESP the following school year, but must have an overall 85 GPA in the core areas for the 7th and 8th grade and meet TSI criteria before the May deadline of the current year. Students who do not meet the criteria as 9th or 10th graders may reapply for the ESP the following school year, but must have an 85 current overall high school GPA and meet TSI criteria before the May deadline of the current school year. Students must also meet TSIA 2.0 requirements in math before the senior year to be eligible to enroll in a college math course. Attach a copy of your TSI 2.0 ELAR scores. The TSI 2.0 assessment in reading and writing, Texas Success Initiative College Assessment, is part of the admission criteria for entry into the UISD Early Start Pathway. Please visit your counselor for information on the TSI testing schedule. You are considered college ready in 2 ways. If you score in the range of 945 to 990 on the multiple choice CRC test and a 5 or higher on the essay test, or 2. If you score below a 945 on the multiple choice CRC test, receive a diagnostic level of 5 or higher on the diagnostic test, and score of a 5 or higher on the essay test. Attach a copy of your 7th grade final report card and 8th grade fall semester report card. If you are deemed ineligible to apply and have concerns with the criteria assessment, please contact the administrator at esp@uisd.net. As we continue with our application, we have here, I am interested in participating in the UISD Early Start Pathway at the following high school. So you will be choosing the high school that you will be belonging to. Are you applying for the UISD Early Colleges? So here you select yes or no. And have you been selected to the UISD Early Colleges? And you select yes or no. And like always, you must save. Once we save, we get this pop-up window. Eligibility for the program has been confirmed. Your application has been saved as a draft. For your application to be considered, please complete all required fields and click the Submit as Final button until 11:59 p.m. Central Time on May 19, 2023. So now we close our window and we can continue to the next section. Something that's very important is your application summary. Here, there's an ID. That is not your school ID. This is the ID that the portal has given you. Then it gives you application deadline, which is right here, May 19, 2023. When you last updated your application, your application status. So right now, mine is as a draft. Once we finish uploading all the information, then we would be seeing here final. And here you can download your application. Key dates to remember: the application opens February 7th, 2023, and it closes May 19th, 2023. And if you have any questions, please send us an email at esp@uisd.net. We will continue to the next section. The next section, as you can see, is the second tab, Student Profile. So we click on it, and it's going to take us to the student profile. Are you currently enrolled in a UISD school? So here you select yes, or you select no. Then, if you are a non-UISD student, we type in the last 5 digits of your Social Security. Or you may also type in your complete Social Security. Then we go to the student last name, which is Gonzalez. I already typed it in, and the student's first name, Maria. And this information is pre-populated from when you registered to get into this portal. Student middle initial, if the student has one, and middle school attending. Which middle school is the student attending? All these are the UISD schools. We have some private schools, and if it's none of these, you can choose other. Please specify. And I'm just typing that in because I'm being the one who's registering, but it depends on the student. Applicant profile. So this is still has to do with the student applicant profile. Student date of birth. So you choose your date of birth. Here's already the student email that was pre-populated. Now we've got to choose the student gender. Student current grade level, which is 8th grade. Once we finish filling out all this information, in the second tab that says Student Profile, we go on to Save as a Draft. We click on it, and here you can see a pop-up window that says Application Saved as Draft. It's telling you that your application has been saved as a draft. For your application to be considered, please complete all required fields and click the Submit as Final. We close our pop-up window and we go to the next section. The next section has to do with the parent or guardian of the student. So what is the name of the parent? And please type it in. Then the parent's email, and type it in, please, because this is for us to know if we need to send any information. We can also send it to the parent's email. We need to make sure that it is typed in correctly. Contact information. What is the street address? What is the city? What is the state? So we choose our state. We choose Texas. Our zip code. We type it in. Home telephone number. Which is your home telephone number? If you don't have one, you may type in NA. Your mobile telephone number, 956. And you type in the number. If you have a work number that you want to share with us, and if not, non-applicable. And are there any other phone numbers, cell numbers, where parents or guardians can be reached during the day? If you press yes, it's going to ask you to submit additional information. If you select no, then it stays there. You save as a draft. Once again, you get a pop-up window, Application Saved as Draft. Your application has been saved as a draft. For your application to be considered, please email all required fields and click the Submit as Final button until 11:59 p.m. Central Time on May 19, 2023. We close our pop-up window so we continue. As you can see here, You have already submitted your first tab, and that's why you see a check mark. Your second tab, you also see a check mark, and your third tab, you see a check mark. If you have not completed that tab, you will not be able to see a check mark next to the title. So now we continue to uploads and documents. Here, as you can see, what documents are needed. The 7th grade final report card. Here, you choose a file and you upload it and save. Then you go to 8th grade fall term report card. You choose your file, you upload it and save. Then your TSI 2.0 Writing ELAR Student Score Report. Same thing, you choose and upload. Now, if the student has the TSI 2.0, but the student did not pass, that's okay. Still, please upload it. And any other uploads, if you had additional TSI 2.0 reports because the student has taken it several times, we save as a draft. Once we are done, we get the pop-up window. Our application has been saved. As you can see, because I did not upload any documents, I don't have a check mark. But I'm pending it. Then I can go to the next section, which is the consent. This is a parent consent. It is a policy of United ISD not to discriminate on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, gender, or handicap in its programs, services, or activities as required by Title IX of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 as amended, Title IX of the Education Amendment of 1972, and the Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 as amended. Here, please download and upload the signed document. So here you can download the agreement. Here's our English version. So here you see a letter. This is a form and it is the TSI 2.0 Assessment Parent Guardian Agreement. So here you are agreeing for your child to take the test and to provide us with the information. Dear parents and guardians, assessments are a necessary tool by which we can identify students' strengths and weaknesses to better address their educational needs. These tools provide insights into students' academic achievement and abilities for adapting instruction to enhance all students' successful learning. Due to COVID-19, TSI 2.0 testing will be administered online at a designated testing site. Your student is scheduled to take the TSI 2.0 for the ESP program during the spring term, or if they already took it in the fall term. Our district has selected middle school teachers to monitor students while they are taking their online assessment. Email updates may be sent with specific testing times and procedures for the TSI 2.0 assessment by your middle school campus. Terms and conditions. As the student's adult supervisor, you are responsible for ensuring the following. Test content is held as a secure and confidential. The test instructions, items, practice items, and answers remain secure and confidential. Photographs, photocopies, screen captures, verbal discussions, written comments, or other reproduction of any portion of the assessment are not permitted before, during, or after testing. Each of the foregoing is considered a breach of copyright and will be treated as such. Tests are only to be taken at by the assigned student. Tests are not to be viewed by anyone other than the assigned student, and students are not to receive assistance on tests from any individual or resource such as a textbook, internet site, cell phone, texting, etc. while testing. Now the confirmation of agreement. My signature below confirms that I am the parent or legal guardian of the student. I consent to my student participating in the online on-site administration of the TSI 2.0 assessment using the platforms and processes specified by the school administration. I have fully read, understand, and agree to abide by the above terms and conditions regarding test security and testing practices and understand that they apply to my student and to myself. I understand and agree to follow all policies and procedures specified for this assessment, and I further acknowledge that this electronic signature is legally binding. So here we have the student name. You print here the student name, the parent name. Here we please print parent sign and date. You save it and then you may upload it. So we go back to here. You choose your file once you have saved it and you're ready to submit. Please make sure you type in the date when you submit it, and you save as a draft. As you can see, you get a pop-up window that says the application was saved as a draft. Your application has been saved as a draft. For your application to be considered, please complete all the required fields and click the Submit as Final button until 11:59 p.m. Central Time on May 19, 2023. We close our pop-up window. So as you can see here, you see some check marks, and that is because all the information has been submitted. But we're still pending to upload some documents, and that is the reason you do not see the check marks. I can still save as a draft. And you will see right here under Application Summary, your ID number, and this is the ID number the student receives for the application process, the deadline, the last time you updated, your status of your application, if you like to download any information, and if you have any questions, please contact us at esp@uisd.net. Thank you for being part of the United Independent School District Advanced Academics Program, and thank you for being interested in our Early Start Pathway, the future for our students. If you have any questions, please send us an email at esp@uisd.net. If you have questions or concerns, you can always go to your home button, and here will give you more information. Now, if you would like more information about our programs that we have at Johnson High School, Alexander High School, United High School, and United South High School, we are partnered with Laredo College. And here's an English brochure. And here's a brochure that can give you more information on how you can apply to our program and more information on what are the courses that are offered in our Early Start Pathway program with Laredo College. Thank you for being interested in the Early Start Pathway program. And please remember to always, always, always be able to submit your information. But also, if you need to edit some phone numbers or some information, you can always come to my dashboard. And here in this area, you can edit your application, you can download your application, or you can withdraw your application. You always go into here. So anytime you have any questions, please send an email at esp@uisd.net.